Hey everyone, my name is Dr. Andrew Heck. I'm president of the Pennsylvania Chiropractic Association. Today we're going to talk about some things that we've been up to legislatively. One of the primary agenda items that we've been pushing forward is House Bill 1106, which is otherwise known as our delegation bill. So just to give you a recap of what we've been up to so far. So through the lobby day event that we had and other various meetings that we've set up, so far this year, we have met with 61 different representatives' offices. We've met with 10 senators' offices, and we've additionally logged another 25 staff contacts within the legislature. So we've been at work. We've been very busy, really trying to push this bill forward. Just to give you an update on what we've been doing lately, on September 9th, we met with the Bureau of Professional and Occupational Affairs, so the State Department, in order to inform them on House Bill 1106, basically explain how the bill would functionally operate within Pennsylvania. We updated them on the history and gave them a recap of some of the people that we've met with so far. We answered any questions that they had, and now we're working on something called a Sunrise Report, which is basically a formal review conducted by the state anytime there's new or expanded scope of practice legislation that's proposed. So that's our homework. It's a rather long document, but we want to make sure that we dot our I's and cross our T's in order to make sure we do everything that we can to get this bill pushed. Then on September 9th, we met with the Pennsylvania Physical Therapy Association. We discussed a potential area where we could work together on some issues, but we also updated them on this bill, House Bill 1106, and shared that we are now in alignment with national standards relative to the bill as written. So they are formally reviewing the updated legislation, and they're scheduled to meet with us again early October to discuss the bill in more detail. On 9/16, we met with Governor Shapiro's Deputy Chief of Staff. We had the conversation more broadly, where we are introducing the chiropractic industry as a whole, but we also wanted to update them on House Bill 1106, as the bill would eventually have to be signed by the governor if we get that far. We also shared some other broader legislative objectives that we've been working on as well, as the copay legislation that we've been working on and the scope of practice update. Then on 9/18, we met with someone pretty high up in the House Majority Leader's office and reviewed House Bill 1106 history with them, the stakeholder conversations that we've had, and basically all the people that we've met with up to this point. So the meeting went really well, and she confirmed with us that House Bill 1106 is on the list of bills under consideration to move this session. So we were very excited to hear that all our hard work is starting to build and produce fruit, which is very exciting. And then I had mentioned in a previous video that we now have secured Senator Don Kiefer as our prime sponsor for our scope of practice legislation. So that's the first step in being able to work on a bill. So you need the prime sponsor, and then you have the ability to set up the meetings with the people that are going to be reviewing the draft of the bill. And then through that process, we'll be able to perform more edits of the bill so it can get a blue back copy and then a bill number. So we will keep you guys informed when it gets to that point. Because of the progress that we have with House Bill 1106, I want to make sure that everybody here that's watching this video is aware of what this process will look like. So currently, the bill is sitting in the House Professional Licensure Committee. In order for the committee to consider a bill, it has to be placed on the agenda. Now, the way it typically works is that bills are not placed on the agenda unless they are likely to move. Otherwise, those meetings, they want to be responsible and not waste time. So if we're looking at it from that perspective, so if we get it on the agenda for the committee and they vote it to move out of committee, then it goes on the House floor for a vote. So if the House votes to move it out of the House, then it will go to the Senate, and then the Senate will have to vote for it to move out of the Senate, and then for the governor to sign into law. Now, if there's a point that there would be anything that they would need to add as far as like an addendum or something like that to the bill, they would have to consult the prime sponsor and also consult with us about what's going on. I know there have been some conversations in the past with regard to legislation that, what if the bill gets out of our hands and then we end up not liking the way that it's written? That's something that we have to be less concerned about in today's politics. But once it's signed into law, then it becomes a part of the PA statutes, and then regulatory agencies like the BPOA, who we met with, oversee rules and enforcement and implementation. That's the process that we're looking at for this bill. We're very excited and hopeful that we will be able to get this passed this session. As we've been working very hard on your guys' behalf, and we really look forward to seeing the fruits of our labor this session. Thank you, everybody. And I look forward to seeing you all at convention next spring. And it's my honor to serve you all. Thank you.